Once upon a time, in a lush green forest lived two little birds. The first was a beautiful bluebird named Sky. Sky sang the sweetest songs. The second was a charming robin named Rusty, with feathers the color of fire. One sunny morning, Sky perched on a branch, singing her heart out. Rusty heard her lovely voice. He flew closer, his heart fluttering. He had never heard such a beautiful melody. Rusty landed beside Sky and introduced himself. Sky was taken by his charm. They spent the whole day together, singing and laughing. From that day on, Rusty and Sky were inseparable. They were truly in love. One afternoon, dark clouds gathered. The wind howled through the trees. A fierce storm was brewing. Rusty and Sky huddled together, seeking comfort in each other's warmth. Suddenly, a strong gust of wind ripped through the forest. Sky was torn away from Rusty, carried high into the air. She cried out for Rusty, but her voice was lost in the roar of the storm. Rusty watched in horror as Sky disappeared into the distance. He tried to follow, but the wind was too strong. Battered and heartbroken, Rusty was forced to seek shelter. He could only hope that Sky was safe. The storm raged for hours. Finally, it began to subside. Sky found herself on a small, unfamiliar island. Exhausted and scared, she called out for Rusty, but there was no answer. She was all alone. The island seemed deserted. Sky flew from tree to tree, searching for any sign of life, any sign of Rusty, but her search was in vain. As night fell, Sky huddled in the hollow of a tree. She missed Rusty's warmth. Tears welled up in her eyes. She had to be strong. She had to find Rusty. She would never give up hope. Meanwhile, Rusty was also searching for Sky. He flew across the vast ocean, braving strong winds and heavy rain. Hunger gnawed at his stomach, and fatigue weighed him down. He encountered hungry hawks with sharp talons and cunning snakes lurking in the branches, but Rusty was determined to find Sky. He dodged and weaved, using all his strength and wits to escape danger. One day, Rusty spotted a group of hunters on a small island. They were setting traps for birds. Rusty felt a pang of fear. He had to warn Sky if she was out there. Rusty flew closer, hiding among the trees, watching the hunters. He noticed a small cage with a few berries inside. It was a trap. Rusty knew he had to do something. He swooped down, snatched a berry, and flew back up to a safe branch. The hunters saw him. They thought he was trapped. They rushed towards the cage, their eyes on the prize. As they reached the cage, Rusty flew away, letting out a loud warning call. The hunters realized they had been tricked. They were angry but could do nothing. Rusty had escaped, and more importantly, he had learned how to avoid their traps. Days turned into nights. Sky never stopped searching for Rusty. One day she spotted something unusual on the beach, footprints. They were small and bird-like. Could it be? With renewed hope, Sky followed the footprints. They led her through a dense forest and up a steep hill. At the top, she found a small clearing, and there, singing softly to himself, was Rusty. Sky couldn't believe her eyes. "Rusty!" she cried out. Her voice filled with relief and joy. Rusty turned around. His heart leapt. It was Sky. He had found her. He had. They flew into each other's wings, overcome with happiness. They were finally together again. Rusty told Sky about his adventures and the dangers he had faced. Sky listened, her heart filled with pride and love. They decided to make this island their new home. It was a peaceful paradise with lush greenery, sparkling waterfalls, and plenty of delicious fruits and insects. They built a cozy nest in the hollow of a giant oak tree. Their little island felt like the safest place in the world. They felt safe and loved. They knew they would never be apart again. Their love had brought them back together. Life on the island was blissful. Rusty and Sky spent their days singing, dancing in the rain, and chasing butterflies. They explored every nook and cranny of their little paradise, their love growing stronger with each passing day. One day, Sky noticed something different. She felt a flutter in her belly. She was going to be a mother. Rusty was overjoyed when she told him. He showered her with love and care. They couldn't wait to welcome their little ones into the world. They would teach them to fly, sing, and most importantly, to love with all their hearts. Their reunion had brought them so much joy, and now they were going to share that joy with their children. Finally, the day arrived. 2 tiny eggs hatched, revealing 2 beautiful baby birds. One had Sky's bright blue feathers, while the other had Rusty's charming orange chest. They were perfect. Rusty and Sky named their babies Cielo, which meant sky in a faraway language, and Ember, after Rusty's fiery feathers. They were the proudest parents in the world. Every day was an adventure as Cielo and Ember learned to fly, sing, and explore their island home. Rusty and Sky taught them everything they knew, their hearts overflowing with love. Their family was complete, their love story forever etched in the heart of their island paradise.